A day in my life as a coffee shop worker. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to my channel, where you can practice your English listening skills with real-life stories. Today, I'm going to take you through a full day in my life as a coffee shop worker. It's a job that keeps me busy, teaches me new things every day, and lets me meet all kinds of people. So grab a cup of tea or coffee, if you prefer, and let's get started. My day begins earlier than most people's, at 5:30 in the morning. When my alarm goes off, I'll be honest, it's not always easy to get out of bed. The room is dark, and all I want is to stay under the warm blankets. But I know I have to get moving, so I roll out of bed, brush my teeth, and splash some cold water on my face to wake up. Then I get dressed. I usually wear comfortable clothes, jeans, a t-shirt, and my favorite sneakers because I'll be on my feet for hours. Before I leave, I grab a quick breakfast, like a banana or a piece of toast with peanut butter. I don't have much time to eat in the morning, but I need some energy for the day ahead. I work at a small coffee shop called Bean Haven, which is about 15 minutes from my house by bike. I love riding my bike to work. The streets are quiet at that hour, and the cool morning air feels refreshing against my skin. Sometimes I see the sunrise with pink and orange colors spreading across the sky, and it makes me feel lucky to be awake so early. Other days it's foggy or rainy, and I have to pedal a bit harder to stay warm. Either way, the ride helps me clear my mind and get ready for a busy shift. When I arrive at Bean Haven, it's usually around 6:15. The shop is still closed and everything is silent. I unlock the door with my key, step inside, and flip on the lights. The first thing I do is turn on the coffee machines. They make a low humming sound as they heat up, which takes about 5 minutes. While I wait, I grab a broom and sweep the floor. There's always a little dust or some crumbs from the day before, and I like starting with a clean space. After that, I wipe down the tables and counters with a damp cloth. It's a simple routine, but it helps me feel organized. My boss, Sarah, usually arrives a few minutes after me. She's a friendly woman in her 30s who's been running Bean Haven for 5 years. She always says, "Good morning, early bird," with a big smile, and I laugh because it's true. I'm definitely an early bird now. Together, we finish setting up. We grind fresh coffee beans, which fill the air with a rich, earthy smell that I never get tired of. Then we pour milk into the jugs for steaming, restock the sugar packets and stirrers, and arrange the pastries in the display case. There are croissants, muffins, and little cinnamon rolls, all baked fresh by a local bakery. By the time we're done, the shop looks inviting and ready for customers. At exactly 7 o'clock, we flip the "closed" sign to "open" and unlock the door. The first customers start trickling in almost immediately. Some are regulars who come every day. There's Mr. Thompson, an older man with gray hair who always orders a black coffee, no sugar, and sits by the window with his newspaper. He doesn't talk much, but he nods at me like he's saying thank you. Then there's Lisa, a young woman who works at an office nearby. She gets a latte with oat milk and chats with me about the weather or her weekend plans while I make her drink. Other customers are in a hurry, people on their way to work or school who need their coffee fast. They say things like, "Can you make it quick?" or "Just a small cappuccino to go, please." I've learned to stay calm and move fast, even when there's a line forming. By 8 o'clock, the shop gets really busy. This is what we call the morning rush. The line stretches almost to the door. The phone rings with takeaway orders, and the coffee machines are steaming nonstop. I have to multitask, taking orders, making drinks, and handing out change all at once. I've gotten pretty good at it over time. I can make an espresso in about 30 seconds, a latte in under 2 minutes, and even an iced coffee with caramel syrup without spilling a drop. Sometimes customers ask questions like, "Does this have caffeine? Or can you add an extra shot?" I just smile, nod, and keep going. It's stressful, but I enjoy the challenge. It keeps my brain sharp. Around 9:30, the rush starts to slow down. The line gets shorter, and I can finally take a deep breath. By 11 o'clock, it's quiet enough for me to take a break. I sit in the back room for 15 minutes with a glass of water and a snack, usually a muffin from the display case, since staff get free pastries. My legs ache from standing so long, so I stretch them out and relax. Sometimes Sarah joins me, and we talk about the morning or what we'll do after work. Other times I just sit quietly and listen to the faint sounds of the shop, the clink of cups, the murmur of customers chatting. After my break, I get back to work. There's always something to do, cleaning the coffee machines, restocking the cups and lids, or wiping down the counter again. If it's a slow day, I chat with my co-worker Alex. He's a funny guy who started working here a few months ago. He loves telling stories about his weekend, like the time he tried to cook a fancy dinner and accidentally set off the smoke alarm. We laugh a lot, and it makes the time fly by. My shift ends at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Before I leave, I make myself a coffee to take home. It's one of the best parts of the job, free coffee. I usually go for a flat white, which is smooth and not too strong. Then I say goodbye to Sarah and Alex, grab my bike, and head back home. The ride feels different in the afternoon. The streets are busier, and the sun is higher in the sky. When I get home, I'm tired but happy. My feet hurt, and my hands smell like coffee beans, but I feel good about what I've done. Working at Bean Haven isn't just a job, it's an experience. I've learned so much, like how to make coffee art. I can do a heart shape in the foam now, and how to talk to all kinds of people. Some customers are grumpy in the morning, but a friendly "have a great day" can make them smile. Others tell me little stories about their lives, and it feels like I'm part of their routine. I've even picked up some Spanish from a regular who teaches me a new word every week. Last time, it was gracias, which means thank you. So that's a day in my life as a coffee shop worker. It's not glamorous, but it's mine, and I like it. What about you? Do you drink coffee every day? Have you ever worked in a place like this? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Thanks for listening, and don't forget to come back tomorrow for more practice. See you soon.